apologize on this one, guys, but I just lost all the work that I did on it somehow. I was recording it and it did not want to save. So I'm just going to go through and quick explain this. You should be able to get all the work done here, and I'll have enough other recordings that it should make sense later if I missed anything that I did through his. Guys, I started by labeling these. I labeled this 4 because I found 4 here. I labeled this 7 for the height 7 here. I said that this was 2 pi r because this is actually going to be the same as the distance around the edge of this circle. Okay, like whenever I take this piece of tape and I unwrap a piece of tape off of it, then that distance of that tape is going to be the length of that edge around that circle. Now, we said 2 pi r, if r is 4 in this case, is going to be 8 pi. So I went up and said, what's the area of one of these little circles? One of these little circles was pi r squared. So with r being 4, that's going to give me 16 pi. The area of the rectangle is going to be this 8 pi length times 7 width. So it's 8 pi times 7, which is 56 pi. The total area, or the surface area, is going to be adding the two circles together and the rectangle. So this is 16 pi and this is 16 pi. That means it's 2 times 16 pi. Plus the 56 pi from the rectangular area is going to give me 88 pi units squared. That's the total area, and that I can also derive a formula from that. The surface area of a cylinder is going to be 2 times this pi r squared for one circle. So if each circle is pi r squared, I have 2 of them. So that's going to be 2 pi r squareds. But then there's also going to be this 2 pi r times h rectangle in the middle. This is h tall, and this is going to be 2 pi r long. So this is going to be 2 pi r times h. So the formula would be 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Okay, so we were skipping every other one. I went to Pentagon next and said that if I mark 8.9 here, this is the apothem. Okay, apothem. And that is measured here in the Pentagon down here. They said that the sides were 13, which means we are going to need to... Apologize. We're going to have to assume that each one of these is 13. So this is 5 13 unit long sections. Because if it's not 13, there's no way to work it. So I hate making assumptions, but it's the only way we can even work this. So 5 times 13 is going to give us our perimeter. Well, actually, I should bring that back over here. The area of a polygon, remember from last chapter, is 1/2 perimeter times apothem. Now the perimeter of this, since this is 13, we're going to have 5 of them. That's 5 times 13. There's that perimeter we were talking about. The apothem is 8.9. Okay, so that's that apothem we were talking about. Multiply that all together, and you get 289.24. Now these rectangles down here are going to be 13 inches wide, or 13 units wide, and 5 units tall. So that's going to be length times width is 13 times 5, which is 6.5. Sorry, 65 units squared. The surface area, once again, is like the total area. We've been talking about that. So you're going to add 2 pentagons together and 5 of these rectangles. So that's going to be 2 times the 289.24 for one pentagon, plus 5 times the 65 for each rectangle. Add all that together and you get 903.5. Down here, we've got the prism, the rectangular prism, and we filled this in down here. It was a little difficult to look at, but we started by saying if this is 15 by 16, then each of these will be 15 tall. We got that pretty quick. So if this is 16, since this is a rectangle, that's 16. Now the next part was weird. If we talked about folding this together, what you end up seeing is that when a box folds together, kind of like this box right here, when a box folds together, you have to see that this length of this section has to be the same as the section on the box. So when I unfold it, you can see that this length here and this length out here have to be the same. And that's the same thing we're seeing right here. This is like an unfolded box where this side's going to fold up and touch this side. So they have to be the same length, which is 16. Rectangle makes this 16, those fold together makes that 16, rectangle makes this 16, these fold together, and these fold together, and bada bing, bada boom, that's all the 16s. And then that leaves 5 wide here and 5 wide here. Alright, so now we called these this is rectangle 1, rectangles 2, and rectangles 3. So I found the area of each one of them. Right? 1 is 15 times 16, which is 240. Area 2 is 5 by 16, which is going to be 80. And area 3 is going to be 5 times 15, which is 75. Now there's 2 of each of those, and we said that the surface area is the sum of all sides. So you're going to add together 2 240s for the big ones, 2 80s for the number 2s, and 2 75s for the number 3s. Add all that together and you get 790 units squared. Okay, so that was my 6-minute video that replaced the 12-minute video I originally did. I apologize that I burned through that. Hopefully you can make sense of it, and hopefully it'll be enough to help you out. I'm going to switch over and do another video for the back page so that I don't lose too big of chunks when I do this.